This lesson is about the addition of whole numbers. Let's start by talking about what are whole numbers. Whole numbers are numbers that are not followed by a decimal, like this number, or even a fraction, like this number over here. For example, let's say you have 3 whole tomatoes. When you say you have 3 tomatoes, you mean you have 3 whole tomatoes. But if you have 3.5 tomatoes, then you will no longer have a whole number of tomatoes. You'll have 3 tomatoes and also another half of a tomato. So if we look right here, 1.5 is not a whole number. Similarly, 16.5 is not a whole number. But on the other hand here, we've got 1. 1 is a whole number. And also 102 is a whole number. Always think of tomatoes. If you have an overflow, an addition of extra non-whole tomatoes, then your number is not a whole number. Now we will be adding whole numbers. When we are adding whole numbers, we should expect that the sum, which is the result of the addition of two numbers, the sum of the two numbers will always be bigger than any of these two numbers. This is our very first note over here. For example, 5 plus 7 is 12, and the number 12 is bigger than 7, and 12 is also bigger than 5. 21 plus 34. When we want to add numbers, we always need to make sure that we align our digits. So right here, we've got our ones, should be added with our ones, and then secondly, our tens will be added with our tens. Start with the ones. So 1 plus 4 is 5, and 2 plus 3 is 5. So our answer, 21 plus 34, is 55. 56 plus 35. Again, here it's much easier because we are aligning our ones and our tens. 6 plus 5 is 11, but obviously we cannot write 11 entirely here. We put 1 and we carry our second one of the 11 over here. Then we will add 5 plus 1 is 6. So these two together are 6. And then 6 plus 3 is 9. So 56 plus 35 is 91. We can add more than two numbers. We can add 3, 4, 5, 6, however many numbers you can add together. So if we add 3 numbers in this example, let's start. 3 plus 15 plus 1. Start from the beginning. 3 plus 15 is 18, and then 18 plus 1 is 19. So your answer here is 19. 150 plus 261 plus 12. 0 plus 1 plus 2 is 3. 5 plus 6 is 11, and 11 plus 1 is 12. Again, we carry over the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, and then 2 plus 2, so these together are 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So our answer is 423. Let's move to slightly larger problems. 123 plus 562. 3 plus 2 is 5. 2 plus 6 is 8, and 5 plus 1 is 6. Here is even a more large problem. 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. 2 plus 0 is 2, and then 2 plus 5 is 7. We've got a 0 here, so 2 plus 2 is 4. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. These two are 3. And then we've got 3 plus 3 is 6. Last question from the big ones. 521, 305, 101, 622. 5 plus 1, this is 6. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. So if we do 6 plus 3, we've got a 9 over here. Then 2, we've got 2 zeros, we can ignore them. 2 plus 2 is 4. And then 5 plus 3, that's 8. And 6 plus 1, that's 7. And 8 plus 7 is 15. And the reason we write 15 entirely here is because we can't carry over the 1 because there are no other additional digits. So we put the 1 immediately down here. We can also add numbers over here in problem solving. In this example, we see Tara took the train for 300 kilometers. I will underline this number because it's important. And then she walked for another 1 kilometer. And then she took the bus for 22 kilometers. How long was Tara's journey? We can find Tara's entire journey length by doing the following. 300 kilometers, because she started with that, and then 1 kilometer, and also 22 kilometers. So if we add those together, 300 plus 1 is 301. We can write it in a different way. Maybe this is easier. And we can add it. 2 plus 1 plus 0 is 3. 0 plus 2 is 2. And then the 3 goes down because there's nothing under it. So Tara's entire journey was 323 kilometers. One last example. Dana bought 450 grams of carrots and 225 grams of cucumbers. She also bought 520 grams of tomatoes and 712 grams of apples. What is the total weight of the things that Dana bought? So this is the keyword. When they ask for a total of something, the total journey, the total weight, the total length, etc., you know that there will be an addition. So if we want to find the total weight of the things that Dana bought, we can do 450, 225, 520, and 712. So if we add those all together, we've got zeros here. 5 plus 2, the answer is 7 for this. 5 plus 2, 7 again. And then, so these together are 7. And then 2 plus 1 is 3. 7 plus 3 is 10. We carry over the 1. And we've got really a lot of numbers here. So 4 plus 1, that's 5. I'll circle that and write 5. And then 5 plus 2, that is 7. And then 7 plus 5, this is 12. And then 12 plus 7, this is 19. So Dana bought 1,907 grams of things. And that's it for the addition of whole numbers.